Hey everyone. When I was 3 years old, I lived with my parents and my sister in a little drafty parsonage in Raiden, Oklahoma. And one Sunday night, my father had a missionary from Africa come to the church on a Sunday night. And the missionary showed these slides of Africa. Well, I was heartbroken because I was sick that night and I had to stay home. Well, 3-year-old Debbie threw such a fit that Brother Ward had mercy on me, and he set up his projector in that little living room and had a special slideshow presentation just for me. Yes, I was special. and but I just watched in awe as those slides from Liberia across the screen, and I just love looking at all the different things that Brother Ward had with his travels, the animals and the people, and it was just amazing to me. And I remember standing at 3 years old in that little room, and I stood in the middle of the room and I declared, when I grow up, I'm going to live in Africa and I'm going to be a doctor, and I'm going to teach the Africans about Jesus. Well, now fast forward 44 years, and I'm standing in the middle of a Sunday school class, or at the front of the Sunday school class, teaching this class in Oklahoma City, and I was having an epiphany. You see, after we left Raiden, my parents became missionaries, and we did move to Africa. And I lived in Africa during my formative years until my father became ill and he lost his eyesight, and we had to return to the States. Well, then I started pre-med, but I had to give up and abandon that dream due to an abusive marriage. Well, then after a series of very miraculous events, I met a wonderful man named Steve that most of you know. And Steve, being Steve, was such a love. He loved me, he encouraged me, he was there for me, and I got my doctorate in biblical wisdom. Well, now here I was standing in front of the Sunday school class full of Africans from Ghana. All of them are still my special friends, my family. But I was standing there thinking, wow. Now the 3-year-old little me would never have thought my life would turn out this way. But here I was. I had lived in Africa, and I was a doctor in my own right. And now I was teaching the Africans about the scriptures. See, our lives don't always turn out the way we imagined them in our dreams. But God uses all those twists and those turns to shape us into who we need to be. It's like the Japanese art of kintsugi, where the potter takes the broken vessel and he fills the cracks with precious metal, gold, and other precious metals, and he makes a beautiful piece of art with it. God takes all of our pains and all of our experiences and all of our joys and our triumphs and all these things, and he puts them together and he forms them and fills them, all the cracks, into a masterpiece, his masterpiece. But not to be set on the shelves to be admired. No. He makes us vessels of honor so that we can pour into other people. You see, here's just what I want to say today, is that our journey may not look anything like we thought it was going to look like. And we may feel pretty broken and even useless. But God has a plan, and he has a purpose that he's written before we were ever born. And if you will trust that plan, and you will trust God, He can make you into a vessel that you can pour value into everyone around you. So sit back and watch how God can use you, and rejoice in everything, because every crack is a piece of honor and a piece of beauty in your life. Be blessed.